My name is Lucia Alcala. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Psychology, and I teach several courses. I teach Psych 300, which is Intermediate Research Methods and Statistics. I also teach Psych 361, which is Developmental Psychology, and I've taught Psych 464, which is Advanced Developmental Psychology, in addition to Psych 520T, which is a mixed methods course for grad students. By the end of my first year at Fullerton, I became aware that there were options for open resource textbooks and textbooks that were affordable to students. And so at that point, I applied to become an ambassador, and I was able to learn more about these resources. What motivated me to use OER was the fact that I saw my students struggling getting the textbooks, particularly for one of my courses, Psych 361, which is an upper division GE course. And so I know most of the students that take that class, they're from different majors, different departments. And so students are less likely to buy the textbook if it's not related to their major. So I want to make sure that they had the readings, they had the information available, and so I wanted to find a way to make it affordable and accessible to them. The first class I decided to adopt OER was that Psych 361, the upper division GE course. I know that other students that are Psych majors are more willing to buy the textbooks, but for my students that are from different departments, they were not really interested in investing the money in the textbooks, so I decided to look for an alternative for that particular class. In order to replace the textbook, I look for different options online. I teach the course in chronological order, so the one that I found also is in chronological order, so it made it easier for me to adopt my lectures. The new book that I'm using is available as a PDF, and it's called the Lifespan Development, A Psychological Perspective. And it's written by psychologists in the field, and so I felt comfortable that it was comprehensive enough for my course. Going to the training, that helped me find out all these resources and the easiest process to adopt the new textbooks. So given that both of the textbooks that I was using are available electronically and are available on PDF version, it was easier to adopt them. Currently, I only teach face-to-face classes, but I found that the textbook is very flexible and it could be very suitable for online courses or hybrid courses. I recently taught a winter intersession course, and so this textbook was great, in helping me do the chronological order and helping the students get in depth into some of the topics within the limited time that we had of the winter intersession. So I think it's very flexible for different formats, traditional semester, winter courses, and summer courses as well. The way I do it is on Titanium, I add the link to the textbook. It's available online, so they can go to the website and have additional resources. They could download the textbook as a PDF, and then they use that, for every chapter. I list the chapters on my syllabus and also per week on Titanium. So, but by having the link, they have access to other student resources that are available for them as well. To set up my new class using the OER textbook, it didn't take me that long because it was in the same order. So lifespan development can be taught thematically or chronologically. So that one was already in chronological order. So I was able to use the same similar lectures. What I did was I looked at several textbooks, and I looked at the OER version and noticed what were some of the topics that were missing. And so I was able to supplement those through the lecture. And there were other topics that were included that we didn't really cover. So it took me some time, but not a long time to, find a spot where you could see that the students are being exposed to the main topics based on the textbook that we had adopted. When students hear that they don't have to pay for the textbook, the reaction is really pleasant. They're happy that they don't have to pay, that they don't have to spend $100 or however much they have to spend for the courses, and they feel comfortable, they feel more confident in the class, and so they can start reading the textbook from day one. They don't have to wait until week 3 when they get the financial aid. So the reaction is usually very positive, and they also ask often why other professors don't do the same, if this is an option. I've used the book that I adopted for over 2 years, and as I'm designing new courses, I keep in mind the possibility of using OER. So I have used that last semester when I created a new class, and even for my grad course right now, I only require one book, one very flexible book, and then I use the rest as OER resources to complement them. My course, I teach a large course, so students, the size range from 85 students to 120, and so I think, I don't know, if it was at least $100, students have been saved a lot of money if I have at least 100 students per semester. And so about $10,000 per semester. I've checked with the students, and it seems like they're reading more often now that they have the PDF version of the textbook. They don't have to wait to buy the textbook. So, but in terms of the grades, I haven't really noticed a huge difference. But they are more relaxed in the class. They're asking more questions, and so it seems like they're more engaged with the material. For me, it has been a great experience, learning about the resources that we can share with the students, and also for me it's important that we increase access to students from low-income communities, and so by lowering the cost of textbooks or eliminating the cost of textbooks, for me it's a way that we can increase access to students from low-income communities, and also to make sure that they have the resources that they need to succeed. My advice to other faculty members that are unsure whether to adopt an OER is to explore the options that you might have, especially for GE courses, introductory courses, where students might not be willing to invest the money in the textbooks. This is a great opportunity for them to have the reading material available and do well in class while saving money at the same time. I think that everyone should take the OER training or the certificate program, even if you don't feel like you will be adopting any OER textbooks. I think it's important to keep your mind open to these options, and especially as we are pushing our graduate initiatives and our strategic plan in how we can increase retention rates for our students and increase our graduation rates. And so I think that having the material accessible could be one way that we can contribute to this institutional goal. And so just keep your mind open, try it, and you'll be surprised.